Welcome to the Disney Underground, your experimental podcast of tomorrow. Be sure to strap on your Mickey ears as our hosts, Panda, Gene, Sammy, and Corinne, take you through all the happenings in the world of Disney and Universal. Are you ready for some fun, games, and an occasional guest or two? Then sit back, relax, and enjoy the Disney Underground.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. This is the Disney Underground, your experimental podcast of tomorrow. And we got a very special guest in here. But before we announce him, I just want to say what's up to everybody. Panda, Joey D is what happened to my, hold on, what happened to my, can you hear me still?
Yeah, you sound good.
All right, there we go. All right. Still in for Sammy. So we're lucky. We're lucky for that. Sammy's good, still on hiatus. Because she can
we will have female energy back at some point.
Yeah. So,
sorry.
But all kidding aside, I'll take that back. I miss Sammy, so please send her our love. Yes, send her our love. But anyway, yeah. So we got a great guest in. But before we do that, how are you guys doing?
Good. I wanted to apologize to not only the audience last time because my computer broke and you were at work. We were messed up. I know Joey would have done the show well on his own, but I was like, no, don't put that pressure on yourself. I might have insulted him because I put laugh out loud like, ha, you were going to do the show on your own. Ha. And I thought that wasn't nice. I didn't mean it that way. But I want to also apologize to the mods because I just didn't know how to communicate with everybody. My computer was out. I was using my phone, my cell signal. So I just apologize to everyone. Hopefully we make this a great show. And I'm glad Dominic was available this week.
Yes. Well, you just kind of spilled the beans a little bit. So
I'm sorry.
Well, Dom Lewis, a guy that I've interviewed for a few years now, a bunch of times. Always been such a great guy. We've even co-hosted a sports podcast. He's a huge Clippers fan. Huge basketball fan. We just talked about him. He's finally getting into football.
He's super talented.
Super talented.
Really
but here's the bad thing: is he's actually becoming a Bills fan, as he said. So I can see our friendship not lasting that much longer. At least not until September. September might get a little bad. But
the next movie, you should be like, that music sucked just because of the Bills.
Just because he's a Bills fan. But I'll tell you what, there's a Bills bar down here in Orlando. I can't wait to go watch the Jets play the Bills in that Bills bar. But needless to say, his credentials are like a mile long. Kingsman, Monsters at Work, which is season 2 is on right now. DuckTales, The Fall Guy, which is in theaters right now. Lift, that's just, I believe is just recently on Netflix. So he's got a huge list of credentials. Without further ado, let's bring our man in here, Dom Lewis.
What's up?
Hey, Dom.
I didn't say I was a Bills fan. I said I liked the Bills.
Yes, but that's enough. That's enough to scorn me. I probably knew you better than that. We've known each other a few years now, Dom. You know that you're a Jets fan.
Bottle now. You're like in that little corner.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't go that far. I don't have a team. I just started to like football. So
green and white Jets. There we go. That's
definitely not the Jets. I know.
See. Agreed.
They have a quarterback I have a problem with, so no.
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, God.
Oh, wait. If you knew the quarterback he was talking about, then obviously it's a problem.
Yeah, it's definitely a problem.
He's the problem. Aaron Rodgers is the problem.
Listen, he was a jerk before he became to the Jets.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, now he's not.
Now I deal with it. Just like, come on, if you hated LeBron James when he came to the Clippers, you'd be like,
I love LeBron James.
I'm saying hypothetically, if you hated LeBron James
okay.
and he came to the Clippers, you'd be like, all right, I guess it's not that bad.
Oh, he's like a Pat Bev.
Yeah, there you go. or
like talent boy.
You got a lot of guys. You got a lot of guys over there that I know that you were like, I don't really like them, but not a lot. You have a couple guys. Anyway, our audience is not here to listen to us talk about sports. They're here to talk about you as a composer, your Disney tie-in. I've actually called you the new Randy Newman because you've taken over for the.
No, I agree with that. I was thinking the same thing when I was listening to the music. I was thinking Sherman Brothers though, but with that,
I've never heard of them, but no, I'm playing.
Oh God, I was gonna delete you from the stream. The chat room was gonna go crazy.
No, I know. Obviously, I know who they are, man.
Really, who are they, Gene?
They did the Big Beautiful Tomorrow. They did
okay.
There you go. Okay.
Thank God.
I knew I know who the Sherman Brothers are. But anyway,
Dom, let me just start off because I know Gene probably has some good questions. I don't have many. My one thing for you was when before we do anything, can I let them hear what I was going to let them hear about a minute of? I knew nothing about Dominic Lewis. I looked him up, and I wanted to ask you later about your parents who were also musicians, how that made you maybe a musician, or was it your own thing? But I just want them to hear a piece that I heard from Monsters at Work that I thought I could hear going around the Carousel of Progress. Yeah, you could play it. Go ahead, Pat. You could put that on. I just want to hear. And it's him singing. When you hear Dominic's accent, it does not sound like it could be him singing. Creep innovators. Right? You're on the Carousel of Progress.
As it goes to the next.
Creep on believing.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, Pat. That's great stuff. But tell me, Dom, how did you get into it? And were your parents being musicians the big draw for you or were you just music is in your DNA?
Both. I mean, I think, both parents being musicians had a big thing to do with it. I wanted to be just like my dad from 3 years old. He's a cellist, and I started playing cello when I was 3. So, yeah, I mean, those are my two instruments. I play cello and I sing. I mean, I play other stuff, but if I was going to say that I could actually play things, it would be the cello and singing. So, yeah, I'm very grateful that they gave me their genes and I was able to do this for a living.
Do you find yourself trying to put the cello into things that maybe you didn't need it, but you're like, I know the cello, so it's going in there?
Yeah, I mean, more so singing. I'm always trying to put my voice in stuff.
It's a great voice.
Thank you very much. But yeah, I mean, I'm always trying to kind of, whether it's like, if it's more Disney stuff, like Monsters at Work, I get to write songs like that. And I also got to write a baseball song. And on the first season, got to write loads of different songs for the bowling alley. So I'm always trying to find an excuse to sing on stuff and morph my voice into different kinds of voices. So, it was like rock stuff in the Fall Guy or Bullet Train, or there's like the crooning thing you just heard for the Creep Show, or it's, like a David Bowie impression, or like a whole choir from sopranos down to basses. So, I mean, I'm always trying to sing. People are pretty fed up with it.
No, not at all. I mean, I didn't get enough yet.
So
you have a good voice, so you can get away with that.
Thank you.
Interjecting yourself in there.
So what you have a couple of projects that already came out just as the last few months alone between Monsters at Work season 2, Fall Guy, Lift. What has been your favorite? And so, Dom, I've known you for a while now, so if I repeat some questions I may have mentioned in the past, it's not for me, it's for the audience. So I apologize. Don't think I don't remember things. I remember like I told this guy 3 times. So what has been the project that when you did that you were like, this is special. This is the one this is like my apex right now.
Special in terms of what I'm coming up with, you mean? Or just generally?
Even in general, like what project did you get that you were like, I can't wait to do this? And I guess side question or a second question, part B, what is the one that when you finished it, you were like, I killed it?
I'd like to say I think that about all of them, but it's not true. I think I would probably have to say Bullet Train. It was such a big deal getting that gig in the first place and then just having free reign to just do whatever the hell I wanted. And then kind of listening back at the end of this whole journey of songs and different genres meshed together and just craziness. It was super cool. And it's of my peers, I think it's the one that they mentioned the most. I've had so much nice stuff sent to me on DMs or whatever it might be about the Fall Guy, which is great. I think Kiss are probably doing some of the heavy lifting there, but it's great that people like the score. But yeah, Bullet Train's got a special place in my heart for sure.
I remember you talking about Bullet Train like a while before. I don't even think there was a title yet, or at least you didn't say the title. But you were like, I got this thing I'm working on that Brad Pitt's in, and then lo and behold, a couple of years later, it was Bullet Train, which was
that's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, Gene, I don't mean to cut you off, and
No.
if this is, tell me, because I don't know if I have too many questions, but this is a good one. I think for an actor, you go to an audition. Dom, how do they get in contact with you? Do they say, hey, we want to hear some of your stuff? Or do you just get a call that says, hey, we want to do this movie, we'd like you? I mean, how does it happen?
It depends. I mean, all those scenarios have happened to me. You know, with Bullet Train, David and Kelly were looking to move in a different direction to who they'd been working with for the past few films. And the head of Sony, Spring Aspers, mentioned that she thought I would be a great fit. So get on it was like pandemic, like really new in the pandemic. So we jumped on a Zoom and we just kind of hit it off. And then, you know, I came up with the Spotify playlist and just verbal diarrhea because I was so excited after reading the script. And yeah, we just hit it off. And by the end of the second Zoom, they were like, we want to work with you. Let's get your deal sorted out. I mean,
that's great.
My agent calls me and said, hey, there's this thing. Can you get a reel together? This is what they want. They're looking for this type of stuff. So you get a reel together of like, I don't know, 10 to 20 tracks of stuff you think would work.
So like Monsters at Work, is that how it happened? You got a call that said, give me some samples, and then they hire you from that?
No, so that's different. So Monsters at Work was my third thing with Disney TVA.
Okay, yeah, so they already knew you.
They knew me, and I was actually in a playback for, I don't know if it was The Rocketeer or DuckTales. I think it was The Rocketeer. And the head of music at Disney TVA was like, what do you think of Randy Newman? Could you do like a Randy Newman thing?
See, Gene, like, you were right.
The seed was, he was seeing if I was up for it. I was like, I love Randy Newman, you know. Or no, actually, I'd tell a lie. His question was, what's your jazz like? And I'm like, I mean, it's sort of a Randy Newman style jazz. So then I think he was like, okay, well, let's put Dom up for Monsters at Work. And, you know, the execs, and they ended up, you know, going with me, and I'm, you know, 2 seasons in, and it's super fun. You know, it's always really difficult when you follow in Randy's footsteps, because it's like,
is a series like Monsters harder than a feature film because there's so many little tracks all over?
It's not necessarily harder, it's just different. The turnaround's quicker. With a more of a, what's the word? With more of a kind of not an existing IP of a TV show, it's actually, it can be hard because you have to come up with new sounds, and, you know, and you don't have that much time. But with this, it was Monsters. So it was like, okay, well, I've got to obviously bring what I bring to the table, but, you know, there's Randy's blueprint there to always fall back on. So yeah,
it sounds nice, really fresh, original, and I love the sound of what I'm hearing from it. So I love it.
Oh, well, thanks. I mean, yeah, you know, you always try to, you don't want to copy necessarily, but I mean, Monsters has a sound, and you don't want to alienate people. So you've got to incorporate it, but you just try and do it in your own way.
Your parents have to be looking at you like, wow. I mean, I'm sure I don't know how famous they are or what they've done in their own right, but with the jobs you're getting, they have to be like, wow, this kid's just great.
My parents are the best. Yeah, no, they are. My dad went to see Fall Guy on Saturday, and he called me. He was like, "Oh, I'm really proud of you." So he doesn't say that very often. I know he is, but he's quite stoic and shy at the same time. So no, that's great. And he had an amazing career. He was in a very famous string quartet and traveled the world for 30 years, and, you know, it was a big deal in the classical world. And, you know, he jokes with his friends that, I used to be Tony Lewis, and now I'm Dom's dad. So that's very sweet. And my mum, that's good. My mum's always been my champion. You know, she's always just been the best. She was at every game I played as a kid. She would ferry me around. She was like always pushing me to practice, and like she was just, my mum's the best. So yeah, she like goes into the local shop and telling people that I've done this, that, and the other. And, you know, have you watched Peter Rabbit? That was my son's music. And like, she's super proud. So bless her. It's really nice.
That's great.
Awesome.
My parents hate me.
Well,
you've given them reasons though, Gene.
It's okay, Gene.
It just sounds like it'd be really nice to be supported by parents. I don't know.
I gotta ask him, because I know when they reach out to you, or your agent reaches out and basically they got a project coming up and they're asking if you're interested. I know a lot of times this stuff can happen 6 months in advance. What's the one time or probably the hardest crunch you've ever been put on? Because I'm sure there's been times where they've been like, this has to be done in, I don't know, 3 weeks, or I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
You literally just answered it. So I was on a save job for this movie Money Monster that was directed by Jodie Foster in
2016.
16. I think we were doing it 2015. So
How the heck did Joey know that?
Because I saw it. I'm not going to say that because I need to confirm, because a lot of times you see stuff on Wikipedia, it doesn't mean it's always accurate. So I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, so the previous composer has been on for about, I don't know, 7-8 months, and then they parted ways, and I was brought on to do it in 3.5 weeks. So I had a weekend to like get sounds together and kind of try a couple cues. So I did a couple cues with these sounds that I basically got all this like stock market sounds and all these kind of things and piled them all and just kind of went crazy and into my lair for 48 hours. Did some cues. Jodie came in, which is like the craziest experience ever.
Right.
You're sitting in a room with Jodie Foster.
Yeah, she's a legend.
She's just the best. And then it was so nerve-wracking. And we're sitting in this room and we played this stuff down and she's like, silent. She's like, oh my God. She's like, well, I don't really have any notes, but can I tell you what I loved about it? And I was just like, oh my God, this is the best. So yeah, it was 3.5 weeks. It wasn't long enough really, because it would have been nice to hang out with Jodie more, but that's the fastest I've had to turn something around. Yeah.
Do you get paid rush job money? Like they should be if I call the air conditioner guy on a Sunday night, it costs more.
Right. You'd think, right? But
you would think.
No, it's the same money whether it's 2 weeks or 2 years, which is kind of messed up, but that's just the way it works.
I see. Now here's the thing. If you're I just drew a blank because I knew exactly where I was going with. Oh, when you're writing, I know when you're I know it's all over the place. When you're writing this stuff, and I know we were joking about earlier that the voice didn't sound like you. When you're writing this stuff, or when you're writing songs, are you thinking about it in terms of you singing it, or are you thinking about it, I guess, because I know you have projects where other people are going to be performing this stuff. Do you have to kind of approach it differently that way? Yeah,
I do. I mean, I've written songs with other people in mind, and let's take Bullet Train for example. I wrote the Despedida song with Alejandro Sanz in mind, never thinking that we'd actually get him to come in and do it, which was amazing. So my scratch track, I just try and basically impersonate whoever I think, or whatever the style is, or wherever I'm writing it for.
Okay.
But the really cool thing about Dave and Kelly is that they like my voice, so they often are just like, let's just keep you in it.
Oh no, absolutely.
Just keep your version. So, that's super cool. I get to kind of fill my unfulfilled dream as a singer.
I have to point out Piano Rob, a fellow friend musician that's here in the area, Dom. Piano, obviously, Rob, not cello. He loves, there. I've been loving Monsters work, which Dom does. Thanks, Rob. Rob is great.
Yeah.
Rob is great. I know Rob. He's awesome.
Oh, that's good. I didn't know you knew him.
That's when we first met Dom, as me and Piano Rob interviewed him years and years ago.
Nice.
So,
hey, my dad's here. Hey, Dad.
Mr. Drew, what's up? Yes, the animals at least love me. That is true. The animals love me. So Dom, who has been the best director that you've had to work with, that you've had to pair up with? Who's the one that you're like, I love working with this guy? I'm sure they all have special places in your heart.
Yeah, don't get him in trouble.
Yeah, don't get him in trouble.
Who's the one though that you just vibe with the best?
I mean, let's start.
And then tell us the one
all of them. Like all of them are great, but obviously, I've now done 2/3. Well, he produced one of them, but Mr. Leach. I mean, it's just a different experience. It's just, he's the best. He's awesome, and it's not just him. It's his executive producer and wife Kelly, and it's just this big, lovely family of best idea wins, collaboration. It's just a really amazing atmosphere to work in, work for, however you want to say it. And it kind of, when you've done a couple of tough ones or ones that you haven't necessarily enjoyed as much, it's always nice to come back to 87 North and work with Dave, because it's just, even when it's challenging, like there were moments on the Fall Guy that were really challenging, we're in it together, and it's just a fantastic experience.
So, another thing I wanted to say too is I wish we had the photos. I don't think Patty has them. But if anybody gets a chance, go to Dom Lewis Music on Instagram, and this guy takes. I'll tell you, if anybody shows up for the red carpet dressed to the nines, it's Dom Lewis. Dom Lewis puts together.
Now I need to see it.
I'm telling you right now, he's always dressed to the nines. He's always got the most. It's Dom. I call them Dom Lewis suits, because Dom Lewis is the only guy that can pull some of these suits off. So make sure you guys go check it out.
Well, I'm in this room all the time, you have to peacock. You have to take your chance to peacock. So
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So what studio is a studio that you worked in that you're just like, this is it. This is like, I've reached my pinnacle. This is the ultimate studio. Is there been a studio that you've actually worked in yet that was like the one for you? And which project was it a part of?
It depends what it is. There's my favorite studios for doing different things. I love, obviously, very close to my heart is Abbey Road. That's not to say I don't love Air, because I've had amazing experiences at Air, and they're like the two big London studios. And then out here, I did a lot of Bullet Train in Capital B, which is under construction right now for earthquake proofing or whatever they're doing. So no one's using that at the moment. But then Sunset Sound is awesome too. Like Prince did a bunch of stuff in there. And it's just like all the history of these studios. There's East West where the Beach Boys were. And it's just like, it's just pinch me moments when you get to record in those studios. So there's not really one, because, the history of music is so vast. And obviously, the English ones, you got the Beatles and the Stones and all that stuff. And then out here, you've got like Prince and Michael Jackson, my other heroes. And it's just like, just getting to be in a space that those guys have been in. It's just nuts.
I wouldn't understand exactly what you're saying had I not watched the documentary on the making of We Are the World.
Right.
And now I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I saw that. It was crazy, man.
It was a great documentary.
Crazy. It was. I was surprised at all the different, the orchestrations of the maestro that had to go on there to keep the personalities in check from their egos going off.
Yeah, and the way it was like jammed in, like it was right after an award show. It was late as hell.
Right. Yeah.
Like, dude, that was crazy. Because
3 in the morning.
Then, it was so awesome. I remember back then it was so popular. I love that song. It was a great video and all that. But to know that the goings behind that, and what's his name that just was like, I'm done, and just leaves.
Prince is calling out what he wants to do. They're like, no, that's not how this works.
Well, Prince never showed up. They got
never showed up.
They were like, Sheila E, come and be on it, because they just wanted Prince to be there, which is so dark.
And Sheila knew it. It's terrible that she knew.
She took off. She's like, I'm not doing this.
Prince was busy playing basketball and eating pancakes.
Probably.
Oh, it was Bob Dylan, I think, that he didn't want to get on board. And then he was just like, couldn't figure out. I don't understand. This doesn't make sense to me. And they finally got him to come around.
Yeah, wasn't it Stevie like feeding him the performance at the piano? Yeah, it's so cool.
It's crazy.
Cool.
Dom, Corey Cross is asking, is there a director that you would love to work with that you haven't? Or artist. Doesn't have to be director or artist.
Well, she asked both. It's director, and then the other one is artist. She asked both.
I think it's a weird one, because I love Tarantino, but he doesn't, unless your name is Ennio Morricone, he wouldn't use you. So,
really?
Yeah, he's a soundtrack guy. He uses needle drops. And the one movie he did do with a composer was with Morricone. But Tarantino movies are just so. I'd love to change his mind. I'd love to be like, no, use me, and then we could do that thing. Like I can do the needle drop style for you, and I can do score, and let's it's my pitch for Quentin. So yeah, he's probably my fave. And then artist. I mean, the artists I'd want to work with are dead. Prince, Bowie, MJ, like. I'd love to work with Stevie. That would be awesome.
Maybe they'll do something with Labyrinth at Disney and get you on board. You won't be working with Bowie, but
He'll be here in spirit.
Be here in spirit.
And on my arm. But yeah, that'd be cool. Actually, I'd love to work with Quincy.
Oh, Quincy Jones, yeah.
Quincy's a hero of mine. I named my youngest after him, and yeah, I'd love to.
Tom was just talking about everybody he wanted to work with is dead. He mentions Quincy Jones. I don't want to look at the news tomorrow. Isn't he like 95?
He's up there.
He's old.
He's up there.
He's very well either. Well, he hasn't been very well, but yeah.
Have you ever met Quincy Jones?
No, bucket list. I'd love to meet Quincy.
Wow.
I want to meet Quincy. I want to meet John Williams. Those are my two bucket list guys who I'm running out of time.
If the chat room has any questions for Don, please ask them. We'll try to get them to him before he goes.
I think you actually just answered my next question was who is a composer you'd like to pair up with? Would it be John Williams? Is that like the?
I don't think you can really pair up with John Williams. I think he's got it covered.
Listen,
I don't think that's a great collab. I don't think
anybody mentions John Williams to me, I say he's no Dom Lewis. That's what I say.
That'd be funny. John would be like, "I got this. Just make yourself a cup of tea or whatever." I don't know. The collaboration with other composers is tough because it's like I've done it and I've loved it, and I definitely work with Matt Margerson again.
Kingsman, right?
Because we're mates, so it's easy, and we do the stuff that the other doesn't want to do. So I don't know. It's such a specific, intimate process. If you don't get on with that person, like you know how you can like envy someone. They say never meet your heroes because you'll be like, super disappointed. So it might be a bit like that. I wouldn't want to meet my heroes and then be like, oh, this is rubbish. I don't want to work with them anymore. So
that's what happened when I met Panda.
Oh, here we go. Listen, Gene, and anybody that's ever met any sports celebrities, I've met a whole bunch that turned out to be real a-holes. So, and you're just like, damn. That's unfortunate.
That's because of the teams you root for.
Yeah, no, it has nothing to do with my team.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, that's a good question, Steve.
Yeah. Dom, do you have a favorite instrumental soundtrack? Maybe not one that you've done, but that you're a fan of.
I mean, Back to the Future is my favorite.
Piano Rob's there. You just made a best friend of Piano Rob because that's his favorite movie of all time.
Yeah, I think I've said that before. But yeah, I think between Back to the Future and E.T. And a number.
Oh wow, yeah.
But yeah,
I agree.
I would say E.T. is my favorite score. Back to the Future is my favorite theme. If I'm allowed.
Those are legend movies, man. Like big time.
Yeah, they're
so recognizable.
Back to the Future 1 and 2, my favorite. I like 3, but I don't think it's as good as 1 and 2.
No, 3.
Tom, I hope you get to score an attraction one day.
That would be cool.
An attraction?
Yeah,
if you
Disney attraction.
Yeah, like if you. Yeah, like in the one that stands out to me is Sinbad in Tokyo. How it's the Compass of Your Heart song. I just love it, and I could just see you, composing something for an attraction.
I would love to do that.
Was that Randy Newman? That one?
No, it's somebody famous. I think it was Menken. I think it's Alan Menken.
It was Alan Menken.
Yeah, legend.
Awesome. I don't see.
You ever get a chance to go to the parks? Like, are you even into the Disney parks?
Am I going to upset a bunch of people now?
Oh, here we go.
No, we're going to want to take you.
Yeah, that's
Listen, he already said he doesn't leave the room, Gene. So
if you come to Florida, you got to let me and Gene take you to the Disney parks and Joey.
You got to come. I'll tell you what you got to do. You got to come in October, and we got to do
the
Halloween Horror Nights in Universal.
Theme parks are not really my cup of tea. Not because of what they are, because of the people.
I get that.
It's really hard for me because there's so many of them.
We understand,
and it's just a bit weird. But the rides I really enjoy. It's the lines and all the other stuff that comes with it. And I don't. For me, they're not the happiest place on earth.
You got to take him to an after hours when there's nobody.
That's what I'm saying. Halloween Horror Nights. We get.
No,
Halloween Horror Nights.
So I've got a Disney hookup, which I don't know if I've spoken about before, but Club 33 was really cool.
Cool. Which you did the one in Disneyland?
Yeah.
That's the real one, really.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. That was a really cool experience.
There's a Club 33 movie coming out. Actually, did you hear this?
Oh, is there? That's cool.
Is it a documentary or a real movie?
A real movie, like there's a fake story about what Club 33 is and stuff. I don't believe it's composed yet, so you never know. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. I don't see too many more questions, guys. If you got it, we got about 2 more minutes with Dom before we let him go make more music. Tom, do we have anything coming up that you can talk about or not? Is it all secret stuff?
No, I think I can talk about it. I'm doing a really cool TV show with Apple and Scott Free called Sinking Spring.
Cool.
Brian Tyree Henry is the lead in that. Really cool.
Any more Disney stuff coming up that we can know about or no?
No. It's
Meaning
all,
no, we can't know about it, or no, you can't. No, it's not.
no more Disney stuff. There is something that I think the Disney crowd would like that I can't say right now. But on the next one, I will. And off air, I'll tell you. But it's not.
Okay.
Did you never yet? So
one of our mods is asking, did you have involvement with the movie Spirited? Because I didn't even see that. Did you?
Yeah, I wrote the music for Spirited. Yeah.
Wow, that's big, Dom. That's big because that was.
I didn't write the songs. That was Pasek and Paul, but I wrote the score.
The score was. What's funny? I'm one of those people that pay attention more to the score than songs. I'm a movie music person. For some reason, that's what gets me. So I noticed that in Spirited and loved it. Thought it was fantastic.
No, that movie is great. I love that movie.
Yeah, you caught the magic of what they were trying to do more than the movie itself.
Got a couple of Christmas movies. You got Violent Night as well. So you have a couple.
Listen, I've got your holidays covered, guys. I've got Thanksgiving, 2 Christmases. We got Easter with the rabbit movies. There's Goosebumps for Halloween. What else? We got? I'm about to do a Valentine's movie, which I can tell you about, but that's another 87 North movie. Cool. I swear I'm missing a holiday. I'm missing one.
Labor Day.
Thanksgiving. Freebirds. There you go. I've got you covered with your holiday music.
Was Violent Night the new one that just came out recently, like a year ago?
Yeah, with Dave Harbour.
Yeah. It was. I loved that movie.
It was great. So much.
I thought it was a great set. Did you see it, Joey?
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought it was so satisfying with the kid at the end getting the revenge. I loved it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was really fun. That like Home Alone-esque sequence with the thing that goes. Oh man. Yeah.
Dom, can we get you back when you do other things, in 6 months from now?
Anytime. Yeah, anytime. I'll come.
I hope this was a nice easy half hour for you because we want you back.
Yeah, no, it's great. I always enjoy coming on with you guys. So yeah, I'll come back anytime you have me.
Thank you, Gene. We got anything else, Joey?
No, we're good.
No, I'm just want to thank him for coming, man. Appreciate the time, especially after what happened last week, and
it's all good.
Coming over. Yeah,
you know what though? Dom remembers on the Pop-Off when he was on the Pop-Off. He was one of the original castmates of the Pop-Off, the sports show. So he remembers how much of an accident-prone producer Patty Puddles is. So he knows we can blame that one on Patty.
No,
leave Patty alone.
All right, leave Patty alone. Come on, Gene.
Why
are you so mean today?
Today.
I'm a little
we haven't hung out for a while, so
no, we got to hang out again soon. We'll bring you back to the Pop-Off, and
I love that.
Are the Yankees playing in LA this year? Maybe I'll come out for a Yankee. We got to do maybe a Yankee Dodger game.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, we got to find out where they play. I know they play everybody plays everybody now, so we got to figure out when they're going to be out there. But again, if you're not working in October, we got to get you out to Orlando to do a little Halloween Horror Nights. Piano Rob will be there. Joey D will be there.
I'll be there.
If you come at any time, we will make sure that it is the least amount of crowds possible to show you a good time.
Okay. Yes. If I ever go to Florida, I will.
If I ever go.
He's like, if I ever go.
If I ever go. Yeah, we see where Florida is on his list of states to visit. So
yeah, who is it that tells that joke? It's like when you fly over Florida, you think Mickey Mouse is waving at you, but it's like, no, don't come here. Keep on going. Move on.
Pretty much,
exactly. Dom, it's always a pleasure, my friend.
Thank you so much.
See you later, bro.
Thanks, buddy.
Take care.
What a great! I wish him the most success in the world.
He's such a and listen, for someone that's known him personally now for a few years, I think since maybe 2020,
and he's always the same. He's just a Pop-Off. He never changes.
Awesome dude. And pleasure to get to have gotten to know him over these years. And again, always, even when we were first starting out, I was like nobody. I mean, I'm a nobody now, but even when I was even more of a nobody. He was always. No, Gene,
I do.
And
Gene, you've made it.
You've made it, Gene.
Thanks, guys.
Gene, I have a feeling that we're going to see his name like a Michael Giacchino, maybe even a John Williams in the future.
Maybe.
I think Dominic Lewis is going to be a thing.
Yeah, he's only getting bigger and bigger projects. Like I said, when he did Bullet Train, like he's actually the reason why I go to see some of these movies is because knowing him. Bullet Train was fantastic. That I would probably have seen on my own just because it was Brad Pitt. But Lift because of him, and so many projects that that he's done that I've gone to watch, and just a great dude. And so
it makes you conscious of the what's going on with the score. Now when I watch Fall Guy, I'll be more tuned in.
Yeah,
I pay attention to the music more in movies now because of him.
Yeah.
Even when it's not his movie, just in general, like I pay attention to it more because of.
You know what I should have asked him, and here's something I'm going to ask the chat room and you guys because it freaks me out, and I can't figure it out. Okay. When I watch Tokyo Peter Pan, I hear "You can fly, in Japanese. And I'm good, I'm not making fun. It would be like tukata, whatever it is, whatever the language is. I want to know. Do these songs rhyme in the language that they're in as well as ours? Because there's no way that all the words rhyme.
I thought you were saying like in an accent, like you could fry.
No. I want to know like when they're singing it in full different voice, whether it be Japanese or how. Yeah, Gene is bad.
I have a really good Japanese friend, so I can say that.
Find out from him if the words rhyme in Japanese also. It can't. And I don't know how they're singing it, but they are. It's weird.
There's a lot of like in when even like Sammy's a huge fan of Mark Anthony, so I hear a lot of Mark Anthony, and obviously he's predominantly in Spanish, but he also does English. There's a lot of stuff when you hear these the Spanish songs, they don't really rhyme. So, but the way they can get through them.
Is he still with us?
Okay,
Mark Anthony, is he still with us?
Of course.
Oh, because he just looks like
no, I know. Okay. He just came out with a new like his 45th album, or I don't know what it is.
I was just saying because I always see Sammy about he looks like
we always joke.
Like he looks
say he's super talented, looks like a wet rat. I get it, but he's
cocaine's a hell of a drug, man.
Oh no, I got my phone here. I thought I was not going to have the articles.
We got to do it. Before that, we do have to get to an
yes.
ad. So let's do Patty. You know what? It's Patty's choice.
Patty's choice.
Hi, everybody. My name is Lisa Thompson, owner of MC Travel Company, formerly Mouse Class Travel. What started with a dream of building magical vacations for everyone at Disney World has now turned into creating magical vacations worldwide. We're 75% repeat and referral. That's because when clients first came to us, they came to us for our expert planning inside theme parks at Walt Disney World and Disneyland, as well as Universal. But now we have diversified and are now selling vacations worldwide. The reason why you would want to book with me is because no matter which vacation you book, you get the same group of hardworking agents all working on your vacation. There is not one single agent at my agency that you work with. When you book with us, you become our family. That means that the entire team at MC Travel Company works for you. We each specialize in a portion of your vacation and then bring it all together in the end for you to enjoy. So for your next vacation, consider MC Travel Company. And thank you, Panda, for allowing us to sponsor this channel. Have a magical day.
I see all the notes that come in from travelers, and honestly, good place to go. If you're going to book a trip, trust them, mctravelcompany.com.
Yeah, they do a great job. Linda Raymond loves Mark Anthony. She says 305 baby.
Oh, Mark Anthony's outstanding. I mean, he's crazy legend, man.
Yeah, I like some of his music. I'm not gonna lie. I just like teasing Sammy about him. That's all.
You tease Sammy about Mark Anthony?
Yeah, all the time. That's like her favorite. She sees him. Doesn't she seem like at least once a year, right? Live.
Yeah. She loves that guy. She keeps getting like closer and closer and closer to the front of the stage. So these tickets, they're like they cost. Whew.
Might be the only man in the world that Joey really needs to worry about.
Yeah, he keeps getting closer and closer. One year, there's just not going to be a Sammy anymore. He's going to take her away.
I don't know. That guy just had another kid. He's got like I don't know how many baby mamas. And
I think Mark Anthony can afford him. I think he can afford him.
I'm sure he could.
It's Nick Cannon that I'm worried about.
Yes. Yeah. Well, he spends like $200,000 a year on Disney.
Gene, DreamWorks Land's preview started this month at Universal.
Wait, I got to
see previews on that.
Okay, so somebody said that you can just go in even though you went crazy to get this annual pass preview, somebody said they were opening it up to everybody. I am going to go tomorrow, and I want to see if I can get in. Yeah.
Definitely.
Joey, you're not around tomorrow. I know you're in Miami, or I would beg you to come with me. But I also want to ride ET because it was You're working. You're always working. Are you working tomorrow?
Yes, I'm working a double.
Oh, see?
See?
I knew
And
that.
that's
But you didn't know that.
And Panda,
No, but
obviously, if I was there, I would absolutely go with you. Are you kidding me?
Good.
Come on.
Did you hear ET was refreshed?
I wouldn't go with either.
No, I did not.
Okay, everybody is saying that, and I don't know how to say this and keep a straight face, but they're saying that ET looks amazing inside.
Really?
So they're like, the animatronics were refreshed. They move better. They talk better. They said the audio when they talk is clear. The lighting is great. They just said it looks like a brand new ride. And I'm like,
when's the last time you've done anything with that thing?
Yeah, right. 85. The movie came out.
They usually click the animatronic. E.T. go to tickly. And that's it.
Well, Panda, tell me your pet peeve with that ride, Panda.
Oh, when E.T. goes home, they say, welcome home, E.T. He's come home. Where is E.T.? Why are they calling him E.T. on his home planet? He's not extraterrestrial to them.
That is true.
He's
just one of them.
That's like Joey going to another planet, them calling him an Earth alien, and then he comes back here and we're like, oh, Earth alien has returned.
This is true. The only thing about that, for certain attractions, and we'll use ET as an example since obviously it just got a refresh. I'm wondering how this is resonating with anybody that's like under 40 or anything like that. Because I mean, it came out in '85. I was a kid when it came out. Nobody south of 30 probably even knows.
Okay, let's use Aiden as an example.
Yeah.
Does he know ET? Has he watched it?
Never even seen it. Doesn't know anything.
Okay.
About it.
I'm surprised. I think that's the parents' fault, though.
Well, here's the problem. We try to show them even, some of these 80 movies that like that they're
too slow.
Yeah, especially in the beginning, like Goonies, which is outstanding. I couldn't get them past the first 20 minutes. And it's unfortunate because it's such a good movie.
I know. If the monster doesn't show its face now within the first 10 minutes, the kids are gone. I used to sit through 90 minutes of nothing until the end and still think it was a great movie.
You want to see, you got to have the reveal. The reveal's got to be.
I know.
I thought Goonies was so funny in the beginning though, where when Mouth is taking the maid around and saying everything in Spanish, but it's like the opposite stuff. Like she's telling where the drugs go, and meanwhile it's like
what movie is that?
In Goonies.
Oh,
the beginning of Goonies was so funny.
Remember, they have to do the whole. They got to do the whole. The crime family. They got to do the whole thing with them, and like going through all that stuff. It just didn't resonate with him. And I know it's such a great movie.
I get it. No, I get it. It's definitely a thing today that movies have to be different for our new audience.
So I'm wondering, and that's what I'm saying. So I'm wondering when you got stuff like this that just the movie. Do they? I don't even think anyone would want this, but would they ever do like some type of remake or something to get it back in front of? I would think so. I don't think ET is going to go through a remake, but I'm sure I think we're going to have a Goonies remake. I would think.
You know what they should do? I don't think they should. That's one of those movies I don't think they should remake either. ET. But maybe re-release it in theaters.
I feel like they've done that a few times.
But maybe do it again for this generation.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe you could high def it out, or you could change it.
I'm surprised Aiden won't sit through that one though, because the whole discovery of the alien with the Reese's Pieces. I remember being really into it and being petrified as a kid. Literally, when the ball comes rolling back to him, petrified.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. New Chippendale meet and greet location at the Magic Kingdom. Gene, are you looking at the pictures thinking this is over by the ferry boat?
That's what it looks like, right? It looks like
that
area.
That's a really cool area, I think, to have a meet and greet because it's kind of like you can walk through. It's not usually too crazy there unless there's a parade. That's a good spot.
Are they still doing the one at Hollywood? It's not even a meet and greet. You know, they like to dance on the lawn.
Yeah, like behind the fencing area, like a little gated area. Are they still
doing that? And then having the meet and greet?
I feel like they are.
All right, so then they're doing that, and they have the meet and greet at Animal Kingdom.
Okay. Oh, that's true too. Yeah. Well, Chippendale. Yeah. I saw something that I thought was really cool. People went to Wilderness Lodge. Was it Wilderness Lodge? I think it was Wilderness Lodge. They were playing checkers, and all of a sudden, two characters, I forget who they were, sat down with them and played checkers with them. So I just like when little moments like that happen, and knowing that they have characters in some of the resorts walking around. Yes. That's cool.
Yeah, Boardwalk always brings was it Goofy and Donald and Pluto all the time over at the Boardwalk in the little courtyard.
Okay, Tiana's. Did anybody get their opening date preview thing? I did get a preview, but only because wonderful cast members are my friends. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have gotten it. Did you get any?
We didn't get one. I thought we might, but we didn't.
Angelique, I think Angelique got one, and I thought I was going with her, and I don't have any more.
Gene's like, I'm third on the list.
Angie, Angie. You have to choose your battles. This was one no, Angie. No. So June 28th is the official, right? June 28th.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I believe so.
But we know it's open. I'm supposed to see it with my friends Gene and Jess on the 5th of June.
Gene, you know what? That's so funny is you've told me it's Gene and Jess.
Palma, yeah, I know, and it's another Gene and Jess. I know.
Wait, Gene. So who leapfrogged you?
I have no idea, and I don't want to know.
She didn't tell you?
No, I just missed the cut.
Sorry, Dad. You're not coming.
She's got so many friends knowing Angie from working at Disney that how is Dad going to fit in with the 5 friends?
And let me tell you something. She's really getting her her share of the parks like lately. She's been going to the park almost every day. You know, so like,
good.
Wow.
I'm glad she's getting her
Okay, you know what? I'm not going to say where she is or what she is, but her job is not in the park, and I think that's good for her. If your job was in the park, I could see not wanting to go to that park on my free time. Maybe visit another park, but the fact that she's at a resort makes it even better for her to go to the park on an off day.
Same thing happened to me when I used to work at a strip club. I never wanted to go.
Oh, here we go.
That's great. That is funny.
But anyway, no, she's actually getting a really good experience. She's made some really good friends, and I'm really happy for her. So she's probably doing something right now, so that's why I don't think she's in here. But yeah, she's been to the parks a lot more than me, so I haven't had a chance to go lately. So,
Gene, if it's a good ride, I'm gonna give her. She hopefully she'll try to get you in another preview or something. Did she say
I have the DVC, so I'll get the DVC preview, and I have an AP, so I'll get an AP preview. I think
it's all gone. I think it's done. If you didn't get it yet, I think so. But I'm sure there'll be opportunities somehow sprinkled in.
We'll send you a postcard from the ride.
We'll send you.
I gotta be honest. I'm not really. I gotta go on the ride. I'm not really like. That's why I wouldn't.
Really? I'm kind of. I gotta see what they did. I gotta know if it was worth it.
I really want to see the theming and stuff, just because of the preview stuff we've seen regarding the animatronics and everything. I'm more for that than the boat drop and stuff, because we've done all that. It's not a big deal to me. I just want to see what they've done.
I need to see that we're getting Japanese style, not Japanese height. What am I trying to say? Japanese quality animatronics in our rides now.
Yeah.
So I'll be thrilled when I see that. Because you watch those Disney Fantasy Spring stuff, and you're just like, why? Why not us?
Yeah. Yeah, they get all the good stuff. I don't understand it.
Oh, yeah, sign-ups for DVC already happened, Gene said, and you had to have a resort stay. That's your other Gene, the other Gene and Jess.
Yeah. Oh, so not only did you had to actually have a resort stay
for the DVC one, which makes sense. For the preview one, yeah.
What if you live local?
They don't care. Then you should book a room.
Local.
Book a room.
Book a room.
Book a room. Oh, I feel like Scooby-Doo. Sigourney Weaver joins the Mandalorian and Grogu. I think that gives Mandalorian and Grogu a big step of credibility. Anything Sigourney does to me is just great.
Yeah.
Joey, how do you feel?
Is she going to be in? Well, no, I love her. She's great. But I was going to say, is she going to be in Avatar Blue? And they're going to do a crossover?
I bet.
I was hoping for an alien crossover.
Speaking of which, Pedro Pascal, people keep saying they love him in Mandalorian. Do you know what his recent response has been?
Not even in the suit. He's just a voice.
He's like, thanks for loving me, but I haven't done it for like 3 years. It's just the suit. It's just a voice. That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, by the way,
one scene where he took his helmet off.
Exactly. It was funny. It's funny that we talked about this earlier, where we were talking about E.T. and how it doesn't resonate with kids and all that other stuff. So recently, I was able to show Aiden, which he loved, the original Predator. And Aliens, which is what we just talked about. Because of
Aliens.
Wait, stop the whole. He liked Aliens, the second one.
Correct. That's the first one I showed him, because that one I loved it. My favorite.
Okay, so listen, that was built on that old movie style where you really don't see too much until the middle.
What I'm saying.
So now I'm thinking it's not that. Like, if Aiden can sit through Aliens, which is a 2.5 hour movie.
It's great, though. It's epic, man.
Okay, what was Aiden's reaction? I need to know Aiden's reaction when it's the end and Bishop gets the tail through him. Was Aiden like...
And he goes... Yeah.
Did
he's,
Aiden freak out like, oh my God, it's not over? Or did you tell him, watch?
well, you know what? I guess since he's seen enough stuff, I guess he kind of expected something maybe. But
Okay.
it did freak him out though, a little bit. But he plays what the heck is it? Mortal Kombat. So does it really?
Okay.
It's just
And the new Alien Romulus to me looks great. I can't wait to see it.
It's interesting because of Predator. It interested him in Aliens because I told him basically how there's Predator versus Aliens and all this other stuff. So he's big into this. So because of the movies, he now has a whole bunch, and trust me, I know because they're expensive. There's a bunch of the 7-inch characters for both the different xenomorphs and the different Predators, and they're all sitting up on his dresser right now. So now he's a huge Predator and Alien fan. So go figure, you know. So
my friend Stan Solo from the Solo Show said, did they talk about the Club 33 movie yet? We actually did mention it, Stan. If I look later, I'll look at what the premise is. It's a really weird premise. I don't even know that they should be doing a fake premise for a real expensive thing at Disney. Like, what if some people do get the idea that it's not what it is? I don't know. I just don't feel like.
Wait, there's a fake premise to it?
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull it up. Go ahead. Talk. You and Joey talk for a second. I'll find it. It sounds weird to me.
That's
like, why do that? I'm sure, like, you know, I don't know.
It sounds weird to me though.
I'm not really sure why you would do that.
Okay, the story centers on Kim, a young aspiring detective living in present-day New York who receives a mysterious invite to the highly secretive Club 33. It's a magical land exclusive dining club that exists outside of time and space.
I'm going to be honest, it sounds lame.
It sounds lame as heck. The fact that it's a real place, I don't know. All right.
Yeah, I'm not really.
We'll see.
I'm not.
It sounds like one of those Knives Out movie series from the Knives Out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Phineas and Ferb meet and greet coming to H2O Glow. I've only been to an H2O Glow once. I'm assuming you guys have not.
No, I have not.
I've been. I love it.
You've been? Yeah. Okay, cool.
We went not last year, the year before. It was out. It was fun. It was out. We've been.
I had a good time too, and I was surprised.
It was a lot of fun. A lot more fun than I was expecting.
Yeah. Little icky, little wet, but still fun. Of
course. And that's the downside. They do have some really awesome what was it? Was it a popcorn bucket? Or it was a drink they had that had the Typhoon Lagoon
the Typhoon Lily or something. Lily.
Yeah. That was really neat. We got it in the thing. It was like a drink type of thing, but it was almost like a popcorn bucket, but for drinks. It was pretty cool. So, but that was it. Let me tell you, it was a lot of fun. Aiden loved it. Like it was a lot of fun. You're right though. You know, when you're getting wet and you get in the sand and the feet, I hate all that. But outside of that, it was actually a lot more fun than I was expecting it to be. So,
agree.
Highly recommended. If you haven't gone, it's worth a try.
Yeah, Gene, we should do it one day if you're off work, just to have fun or something. See if Angie wants to go. Really, he's been working so much. I feel he's wasting away. Guys, go look at one of these shows from 2 months ago. Gene is 50 pounds heavier. I'm going to go start to do what Gene does and then just quit and be done with it. Seems like a good diet. Wine Bar George at Disney Springs gets new menu with profiterole, fried gnocchi, lamb chops, and more. You know, I liked the limited menu that was there already. They had freaking it was macaroni and cheese, fried bull bites. They were like amazing.
Yeah. So it's like, don't change it.
Gnocchi's pretty good though.
Fried. I don't think I've had fried gnocchi.
I don't really. You know who makes gnocchi pretty good? What's that place that you took me to when I first moved down here?
Amore.
Jess got the gnocchi one time.
It was great in the bolognese sauce. Yeah,
so good.
The gnocchi at Amore in Claremont has been amazing.
Yeah, and now it's no Sal's, but it's very good.
Yes, if Sal's was closer, guys, I'd have to tell them don't serve me.
I make the trip every day anyway. Not every day, but
Hey, Gene, what if they took Sal's and then moved it into Springs?
What happens?
What if they just took Sal's and either open a second one, put one in Springs?
Let me tell you, Sal's gets such a crowd now. I can only imagine if he was in the Springs how much more of a
Joey, on a Friday, there was a line out the door and you could see.
It's like that every not just Friday.
The fact that people are finding out, it's great that people know.
That's how Gideon.
Mikey Magic went there. You know, our good friend Mikey Magic. Go check him out.
Mikey Magic and Beyond. Yeah,
go check him out, guys. Went there. I think he said at 12:30 or something like that. It was already packed with people eating lunch.
Yeah,
So
well-
like it's packed. It's a good thing because we love his pizza. It's worth the wait. 100.
But you gotta go midweek. Don't go weekend.
Even though this
Yeah, Joey, when you're down here, if you're down here for a day or two, I'm gonna get you, even if you're at a resort, and bring you to Sal's. You gotta taste
he's been there. He's been
Oh,
there.
I've been there.
Oh.
I love it.
I
Are you
brought him.
kidding me?
Yeah, I brought
I
him.
love it.
I forgot that you were there.
Yeah, I love it. I only got a chance to go the one time though, so I loved it. So I'm definitely, and I got the Sicilian style, which is
Ah,
one of my favorites to
so
get
good.
because you just don't get it that often. So
not
that-
good. Not good.
Right.
Yeah.
So I love that place. So I definitely want to go back. Sammy loved it. Aiden loved it. It was great. So I just,
Critically endangered addicts. I don't even know what an addicts is. I have to look. Born. Thank you. At Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge. The fact that babies are being born, elephants, tigers, addicts, monkeys, really says something about animal. I remember as a kid, if you had, fish and they made more fish, they would say, okay, you're keeping them well. Same thing
Yes.
with hamsters and stuff. So Disney's doing a right thing.
Oh wow, Linda Raymond.
wow.
Thank you so much.
Linda, thank you, Linda. Oh, I owe you money, Joey. Also, I noticed. Linda, thank you very much. Linda just sent $50, guys. That was very nice. She did not have to.
Didn't
So
have
now
to
I
do
have
that.
to take you to Sal's.
I'm just saying. Oh.
Yeah.
Or you could, absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk Universal HHN. They are teasing a lot of night houses, but
Cannot
what's
wait.
amazing, can't wait.
Oh, I can't
The
wait.
3 that they showed were all original things, and I think that's great. So yeah, we're gonna get the IPs, we know that,
Sure.
but they have these original ideas. Slaughter Cinema. I think the other one is Candy Factory. Oh, thank you. Slaughter Cinema 2. Part 1 was great. I don't know if you remember. You went through each. Like a coming attraction for a movie, and then you walked into the movie, and then they had like 6 or 7 of those, and they were great.
That's awesome.
What's the next one? Is the candy thing, Pat? I think.
No, isn't it the
Goblin's Feast.
Goblin's Feast.
I mean, you don't even have to show me a picture. I know what that's going to be. I know Goblin's Feast. Got it. Good. I'm going to get eaten. Got it. They're going to see me and say buffet. It's going to be awesome. And what's the next one, Patty? If you got it, I don't know if we have a picture of the next one. Do we? Okay, we probably don't. It's the candy one. It's something, it was a scare zone, and now it's going to be a house. And I think, okay, yeah, they can utilize a couple of things they had in the scare zone, but they still got to make it a house. But I just think it's great that these are 3 original houses, and then we'll get, I'm sure, the rest of the IP ones.
Agreed.
But I'm really
And
looking forward.
I agree, especially like you said, since we know we're going to get like popular IPs that, they're always going to put in there, but it is cool to see that they do some original stuff just because,
Love it.
it's something you don't know about and it's kind of, you're kind of wondering. So I like that.
The Slaughter Cinema was one of my favorite originals because you would walk into, smell popcorn, and you'd walk into like a lobby of a movie theater, and then you would see a poster for some stupid, dumb, monster clown, and then you'd walk into the scene with the monster clown. Then you'd have another poster of another thing, and you'd be like, okay, and then you'd walk in. It was so
That's so awesome.
entertaining. You could do it all over and over and over. It was great.
Yeah. And Gene, we're going again this year, right?
Oh yeah, and I'm going with you this time for sure.
Right. And hey, it is. We got to get Adrian to go. We got to get
Adrian,
Mike.
Yeah, we got to make sure Adrian's down here for that. Mikey's got
Magic
to
to go. Absolutely.
And we got to still
Pretty
get Tom
soon.
down here, man. I know. I'm sure we'll see Piano Rob there because he's there.
Pretty,
literally like
yeah,
every-
Oh,
that would
good.
be great. Pretty soon. I don't know when. Aiden will be coming with us. I'm just
I
putting
think
that
he
out
could do it this year. No,
You know what?
there.
The Slaughter Cinema one would be a good first house because it's funny. It's not too scary.
Yeah.
Something like that. Something like Poltergeist would have been a good first house.
Oh yeah. I'm just saying.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice was funny.
It's gonna be soon. It's gonna be soon.
I
Maybe
believe
this
it's
year.
gonna be
We'll see.
Ghostbusters. Is the rumor too, right? We're gonna have Ghostbusters. This
Yeah.
year?
Oh, I hope so. That's a great first house. But we could even do, Joey, it's a lot of money for nothing, but you just take him and tell him he doesn't have to go into a house.
Sure.
Walk him through a scare zone, sit down, have something to eat, come back to the scare zones were the good gateway for me because I didn't go for the longest time. This is only my 5th year going. I was scared. I stayed away.
Well, listen. That's some people don't like the jump scares. I get it.
I had to get my adrenaline in check and be like, okay, I like this, even though I don't like it.
Yeah. Like I said, because he keeps inquiring about it. I know they got to be. What do you got to be? 12, 13? What is it?
I see kids there, so I don't know.
Yeah, I see kids there.
Oh no, I was gonna say now he's 10, but he's the size of a 12-year-old. So it's kind of like it wouldn't.
Right.
So he's already passed. He's taller than Sammy already, which is crazy.
That's crazy.
So the last time we were there, he wasn't. He spurted up that quick. So
Yeah, and just tall doesn't mean mature all the time.
no, people.
I'm not saying for Aiden, he is mature, but don't know what he's gonna like, and you don't want to force him. Let him figure it out.
Yeah.
The DVC member lounge in the Imagination Pavilion.
Wait. Oh, all right.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, should we do another?
We should. We should. Patty's choice again.
Let's do JSA because I gotta take a bathroom break. I gotta. Pee.
JSA is good for a bathroom break. No,
Thanks for letting us know, Gene. TMI. Solo, I don't look. He's not even back enough yet. I'll tell
he
you
left.
What, he just like he goes. I'm not.
He
gonna
left.
Back in time. So that was a deuce for sure.
That was a deuce for sure. Wow. Okay, Joey, me and you could talk about this. And I don't have to. I don't know anything about it really. The disability access service changes.
Oh, yeah.
I see everybody blowing up. Everybody going crazy. I just say, let's wait until the dust settles. I know if people need it and they can't get it, they feel bad. I do believe there was abuse of the system. We're talking about the disability access thing, Gene.
Yes, sir.
And I don't know. I just got to wait till all the dust settles before I give a judgment on if Disney did the bad thing. I think they're trying to survive in a world where people take advantage and they really don't know how. People think it's a money grab to get you to buy Genie Plus. I don't know if that was the intention on this. I don't think so.
I did wash my hands.
For me, yeah, I've seen a lot of chatter about it. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter complaining about it and on all kinds of Instagram. I mean, everywhere. So I get it. What I'm seeing is, I guess, at least from what I've seen, the complaints is then, the people that have either, I don't know, physical disabilities, broken ankle, things like that, where they're kind of rolling that stuff back. I get it. I don't know if it's a money grab. It has been abused. I know it has, because I know people have done it. They come up with some nonsense and stuff like that. So I get it. But yeah, I think it's going to take a little while. This is another one of those massive things where it's going to take a while. Just like when we got Genie Plus and stuff, it's gotta be out there for a while until we start seeing the real effects of it instead of just stuff. So I get it, but change, nobody likes change.
Don't understand is the entitlement that people think Disney has to give them a way to do something. Disney doesn't have to do anything. They don't have to do a damn thing. If you don't want to go, you don't go. I'm not saying that makes me happy either, but it's the reality of it. They don't have to let you do anything different. This is what we offer. You either take it or leave it. But we'll see what happens.
You're right, Gene. And Gene's right. He says that it's never been for mobility. Originally correct. That wasn't the case. They just, after a while, Disney doesn't like to say no. So they just kind of started just giving it to whoever asked, and, no questions asked. And, after a while, it got to be where it's just everybody's walking around with the damn thing. So
I thought when you were waiting without waiting online, I really thought that satisfied a lot because you weren't really.
Well, that's the.
To me, it seemed like Disney. Yeah, but it seemed like Disney had you better because now you could go spend money while you're waiting without waiting online. And then Gene one week said, why didn't they do that for everybody? And yeah, that honestly, if the park was developed where there were no queues at all and everything was virtual, that'd be great. The park just wasn't made that way.
Yeah.
I mean, you see the example of, say, Volcano Bay that does it like that, except it's water parks are much smaller than our standard theme parks. It's not quite apples to apples. And then on top of that, you got where, we had the old fast pass system. You get a return time. That's pretty much how it worked. I kind of thought listen, Disney, I guess, wanted to, because I'm assuming they wanted to monetize it just like they did out in California. So that's probably the way they did, because honestly, the system for me seemed to work just fine
for everybody.
So, it's unfortunate, but yeah, it's going to take a little while before we see the repercussions of this. And just like every other policy that comes out, we all know policies change constantly. They
You
change.
know what I wish for some reason, I don't know, I could sound stupid. I wish that Genie Plus was just given to everybody automatically and they just raised the ticket prices $15 each. I think that would have looked better on paper. You wouldn't have felt like they were nickel and diming you so much if it was just included and it went with the regular increase in ticket prices.
Yeah, well, listen, case in point, when they were charging the parking fee at their own resorts, just raise the damn prices of the resorts and stop telling me I'm paying a parking fee. And
Right.
just
It always was good that. Yep.
yes, come on, guys. Like you could come up with something better than this. Like
I went to stay at a hotel called Gaylord Palms where they have the ice thing.
Of course, the place is massive.
Okay, it was $119 for the night. Sounds great, right? It was $40 to park, and it was mandatory. So now $119 became $159.
There you go.
Then they gave me water in the room, but they told me they were charging me $20 for 2 bottles of Evian that I didn't want. Then there was a $10 resort fee and a $20 per person fee for something. By the time I got done with it was ridiculous.
It's like 200 plus a night. So just say that it's 200 a night. Stop saying it's 100 and whatever and then charge it, because then it just pisses people off more. I don't know. You know, that's why I said it's not a good look. Just do it. Just charge more.
The thing with Disney though is people are still gonna go. Listen, it's like anything else. We're gonna always complain when we get used to a certain thing. Like nothing's. It's you can. All right. It's almost like if you have a job, right? It pays you X amount. It's the most money you've ever made ever. You love it. You get so much. Well, in a year, that's gonna seem like it's not as much because you get used to those. You get used to that money.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
It's still a great salary, but now you're looking at like, man, I really am getting more than it. Like because you get used to that, you don't think of it as much. Same thing. So all these things that we get, people are going to complain just because it's human nature to complain. I'll complain, I'm sure, about certain things. At the end of the day, you're a consumer. You don't have to go to Disney. Like it's nobody's birthright to go to Disney, right?
But some of us think it is, and we got to get rid of that thing. The entitlement has to stop.
And there's some people like, well, I don't like that they do this there. I don't like that they do that there. Then don't go. You're a customer. You put your money where your mouth is and don't go.
Right.
So
and if enough people feel the way you do, speaking with your pocketbook, things will change. Mm-hmm. So it's supply and demand. Period. The end. 100%. It's the way the world goes around. Do we have merch stuff to talk about, Gene? Because I know. Well, first of all, let me just state, I did a merch video with Corinne, so we'll be doing like 15-minute merch videos. The one just came out. If you go to the bigfatpanda.com, please watch it. Thumbs it up for me. But what else do we got here? We got stuff. I know Patty had pictures.
Yeah, Patty had some stuff that he wanted to talk about.
By the way, he says he got the candy house pick. I don't know if he wants to show it.
Yeah, you know what? If you have it, Patty, let's see it.
You got it, Patty.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay, Major Sweets Candy Factory. I don't remember this scare zone, though, but everybody does.
Yeah.
Do you remember it as a scare zone?
I love that.
I don't remember.
By the way, Gene, just so you know, Sammy just peeked her head in, and she's like, man, Gene looks flaquito.
I am flaquito.
Flaco. She was actually saying it about me because of my 9 pounds, but you just heard her say Gene. So
I didn't hear her say Gene.
Thanks, Sammy.
Yeah, that was actually kind of rude of Sammy not to mention Panda.
She said, miss you guys.
It was rude not to mention you, Gene.
We miss her too.
We do. Before we go on, let's do our commercial for
Victor Naraki.
Victor Naraki, celebratingflorida.com.
Love it.
Dude, what are you doing?
You said if I wanted to buy or sell a house in Central Florida that I should follow you.
On social media!
You got a link?
Buying or selling a home, visit celebratingflorida.com or follow me on social media.
Best real estate guy to have in your corner. Tell him you saw him here, and I think we get a couple of $100 if you buy a house. Or at least
buy
I
a
hope
house,
we do.
someone
Please. We really need it. All right, Patty, let's look.
Did we show these new Emporium cast member costumes? Did we talk about that? I saw that.
No, I skipped stuff that I thought was baloney. Like, all right, no, but let's see if you have a cast member costume picture. I'll look.
Does he have a picture? I don't know. It's a good look at it. Maybe he doesn't have a picture. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking. I can't talk about a costume unless we have a picture, and I didn't know.
Yeah,
I don't think we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
merch stuff.
Yeah, sorry. I know we got sidetracked with the merch. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, there was a bunch of Donald stuff.
This is like a classic, right? I mean, with the blue collar and the blue arms and stuff with the white.
Yeah, see the one to the left there.
Yeah.
That Donald, he has like red bloodshot eyes. I don't know if you could see it in this pic, but we pointed out in the video, and Connor says he looks like he's on Quack.
He's the card.
That was pretty good.
Mary Wells says no one is buying a house with the interest rates. If she only knew how many people went to closings today for houses.
Yeah, I hear you.
I kind of like these shirts when they're wrinkled though. I think they look wrinkled. Like,
well, yeah, if they wrinkled, they would look wrinkled. That's a good.
But
point.
why
Also,
would you?
If you're gonna wear,
I'm
these,
sorry.
You got to be able to fill these shirts out because so you could see it.
So they're only for fat people. I agree. These are fat people shirts. I'm joking. But look at the one on the right. That's so wrinkly. Okay, like even before you put it on the shelf, shouldn't they be pressing it?
I kind of like them. I don't know if I could pull them off, but I like them.
Yeah, it's kind of like they just unfolded them out of the shipping box and just.
They really okay.
They need to get a steamer.
I like
this shirt.
Me too.
Crease the hell.
Wow, the two middle ones look almost exact though, and that was a change.
Yeah, I think the only difference really is the bow tie.
Yeah.
And the buttons.
I like love for Donald. I'm into it. I don't like the old Donald with the long beak at all.
I like sweatshirts. I like hoodies. So
that I could see you with that, Joey.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, those I like.
I wish you didn't say Donald through the years up in that corner, but I like more than that. I like it.
Yeah. Okay. Girls into Spider-Man? I guess so.
I mean,
yeah.
If Sammy was still getting bags, she might get that one.
Okay. I mean, it's for a guy too. Oh, the Disney Pride collection. Yeah, it's funny. I don't wear anything. I don't do anything for this. I don't. Was it June? Oh, it's June 1st. Yes, I think it's June 1st.
And I don't think I've ever seen you wear any type.
I just don't feel. I have no need to tell everybody in the world. I don't understand it. But if you're prideful about it, great. Yeah, to me, it just I didn't choose it. I don't know. It's like being Italian, and I guess I'm proud of that. And I don't know why either.
There you go.
Makes no sense. Oh my God, Stitch is really gay. Ohana means family.
Oh man,
you sound like Edith Bunker.
I know. Oh, Archie.
Oh,
okay. Wow, there's a lot.
To be honest with you, I'm not gay, but I would wear that shirt. I like that.
This shirt I like. This one I like.
Wear that shirt.
Yeah. Listen, we didn't steal the rainbow. I don't know why we took it over. It really still belongs to Dorothy. Okay, this is kind of like a space. Again, this doesn't scream pride to me, but I still like the shirt.
Is that
looks like dandruff. Bad dandruff.
It's I was gonna say it's a spirit jersey,
that's
right?
A jersey. It's funny. I was gonna say I'm not into
the sweatshirts
jersey, right? Without hoodies. I don't like that look.
Me too.
But with the jerseys and stuff, I guess that makes sense. Dean, you always have a jersey on, don't you?
I wear jerseys often.
Yeah.
I have a really cool baseball jersey that I wear. The black and red one. It came out for the 20th. Or 20th. The 50th.
And they got a lot of Pride merch.
Wow, a lot.
This is like
even that. Section. I think anybody could pull that one off.
In the cups, wow.
And that's just a tumbler.
How many tumblers do we need though?
Yeah.
Wow.
I love tumblers. I don't know why. I do.
Do you collect them though?
Not really. I mean, I got some of the, we got some of the, the Starbucks ones, like the big ones that they just showed. Got like a black one, a purple one, but some of the mugs, I guess some of the mugs.
At least with the mug, they thought of the rainbow and they used it as a handle. That was good. This to me says Disneyland, the carousel, the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, this is the Ferris wheel.
See, I like that because it doesn't say pride. Like, it doesn't scream. I understand what it is, and I think it's good if you know, but I like that it doesn't scream rainbow. That's cute.
Yeah. There's a whole huge section for this stuff.
Wow, Star Wars too? Wow.
Yeah. It's like
3PO was gay, no?
Probably, yeah. He certainly acts a little uptight. Oh, I have to set the table. All right. Wow, there's a lot more than I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, now what is that?
That's one of those.
Is that a popcorn thing? What is that?
Yeah, it's supposed to be
Wait, it's a Donald Duck popcorn?
Yeah.
Okay, if you told me you were going to take every character and make it a popcorn, I would be interested to see.
And I like that it comes out of the thing. It's not.
That comes out of the bucket. Yeah. But I still don't know what to do with it. You hug it? What is it? It's a teddy bear?
Yeah, it's like a teddy bear.
Oh, and there's a real bucket.
Yeah, that's pretty
See
cool.
that?
Wow.
I like that.
Okay, now I need to see Mickey Mouse. And, oh, look at the little feet, like the little kernels of corn. That's
Yep.
adorable.
I think that's pretty cool.
It is cool. What is this? Oh, like a purse.
Dooney
Okay.
and Burke. Yeah, it looks like
I-
a satchel.
I think that's going to sell well to the Dooney and Burke crowd.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
It all does.
Yeah. I think
Has
Marie
like a
Nicholson
Polynesian kind of
would
vibe.
love this stuff. Fran Wasserman.
A lot of ends.
Look at
I don't
that
know
guy
if Frank and
behind me.
Fran Wasserman are watching, but if you are, you're going to go broke. But oh my God. Sammy
nephew?
and Braden. That's my baby. It's not your baby.
It's my nephew.
Let me see.
He's sleeping.
Oh, he's so adorable. Oh my God, look at his face.
And if we yell really loud, we might wake him.
Don't do that.
Yeah, listen.
Sammy, you look really good.
Yeah, you
Glowing.
don't even look like you had a baby.
I feel like I had a baby. I'm exhausted.
She's been training though. She's been working out every day. Even at
Really?
late at night, when we're done here, I'll take over watching him. I'll give him a shower and she'll go work out. She has her bike and all that stuff she does.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Yeah. Yeah. She's not running food everywhere. To drop all that weight. Still.
You look
All
great,
right, Gene,
Sam.
you going to take us home?
Yeah, come on, buddy.
Yeah, it's about that time. Can I say one thing real quick?
Yeah.
Depends what you're gonna say.
No, I spoke to him today. He's a friend, and I know he's going through some stuff right now. And I just want to show support, and I think we all feel the same way. Support for Gideons, because they are going through some stuff right now by just someone that has an agenda, and it's not fair. Because let me tell you something. One of the nicest people that I've met down here is Steve, the owner of Gideon's Bakehouse. He does so much for the community. I know they were saying that there's anti-gay slurs. He comes from his mom.
He's got a gay child and his parents, but I'm not going to give my support because I don't know what's real and what's not. And I did see his status today that said something that I didn't like. The first thing he said in his comment was, if you're not in front of me for a job, what they get paid is none of your business.
No, but he's right. It is.
No, he's not right. No, I'm going to remove you really quick. No, I'm kidding. I won't do that to you. But no, that's not true. If they are getting paid tipped wages in a place that's not a tippable place, I need to know as a customer, because then I know to tip them because they're not getting paid, and I should be aware of that. So I don't think it's none of your business.
I can confirm from knowing him that they do.
You still can't listen. I know he's your friend and you want to support him, but remember, you don't know for sure. You can say you think so, and that's great, but you can't support. You don't know for sure.
No, I know what they get paid.
No,
So
I'm talking about the person's character and everything. And if
that
they,
I do, and that I can attest. I've known him for a few years now.
I will say this. And I'm only going by because I'm kind of more on the outside. I know Gene knows Steve. I've not met him.
I haven't. I'm on the outside.
I haven't either. I just found it interesting that the account that was running this whole thing, what was the name of it?
Ghosts of Gideon.
Okay. I found it interesting that once they declared that they won, because Steve had made a response, they shut off all comments. Now, I only find that interesting because I'm like, so you don't want any rebuttals, you don't want anyone questioning you, you don't want any.
Yeah, you don't want to hear any of the good stuff with the bad. I agree.
I've been around long enough to know, cut the crap. So that's just my take on it.
I'll tell you what, me and Joey and Sammy used to know a guy that would do something like this.
Yeah.
Part of me wonders if that guy has something to do with it. I won't say his name because it's not fair to say. But let me tell you something. Again, I've known Steve for about 4 years now. Always been such a gentleman to me. I know what he does for the community. I know his background. And there's not more of a stand-up guy that I've ever met in Florida than Steve. I mean, he's tied with you, Panda, but like,
remember, this is
no. I'm not tied to him. What do you mean he's tied to me?
No, tied. Like you guys are like level. Like I'm not saying he's the most, but he's right up there with one of the most stand-up guys I've ever met down here. Whenever I had a question about something, whenever I asked him to come on a show, he's always been there. I know his business practices because we've discussed them over dinner. We've
passed Gideon's a million times. You've never gotten me a cookie or a coffee. You've never told me we could skip the line. How come?
I've never skipped the line.
Oh,
I've never skipped the line. I listen. I never asked for a favor. Maybe that's why we get along so well, because I never asked him to do anything. Well, I asked him for a favor that he came through on. I won't explain what that was, but he is again. I wanted to basically put out there.
I hope he solves whatever's going on there, and it could be just one person starting baloney.
Yeah,
I just have a problem with the tip thing. I have a whole big problem.
And I agree. If that's the case, yeah, I agree with that.
I know what they get paid, and I know it's not like it's an unfair wage. So
I just
no, but is it a tip? Is it a tip wage and not an?
There's you're not. It's not a mandatory.
Gene. There's two things. There is a minimum wage, and then there is a tipped wage that's a lot lower.
Yeah, it's not. It's higher than a tip wage.
But it's a tip wage. It's not minimum wage. It's an illegal thing if you say it's not a tip wage.
That's what I'm saying. It's not that. It's not illegal.
Okay, I don't know if you understand my question.
No, I know what you're saying. I don't know if you're understanding.
Are they getting paid minimum wage?
They're getting paid.
No, they're not getting minimum wage. They're not.
I don't think that's true.
He even admitted it. It's a tip job. It's a tip wage. There's nothing. This is a factual conversation. There's no if they are, if they're not. They're making like $8 something or $9 an hour because they're expecting to be tipped. That's the whole thing. I don't think that counter service type job where you hand me a cookie is a tippable thing all the time unless you go out of your way to do something special for me.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. I can't.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it works, but I'm just saying that I'm not gonna like. I know we've talked about not even really touching on it because we're again it's someone I consider a friend. I'm not gonna get on it, but I know he does everything with thinking of community first, and I just want to stand let him know I stand with him and with Gideon's. So
yeah,
good for you.
By the way, I gotta address something. Frank Westerman says that she's exercising, getting ready for the next one. Bite your tongue, bro. It ain't happening. You could forget all that.
No more babies. She's done. They're done.
We're done, bro. This is our second one. Our last. We're done. I'm tired. She's tired. Stop it.
He keeps us up a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, listen, I agree. Listen, anybody should get paid what they're worth, especially for the job that they do. And if they're supposed to be getting, if they're supposed to be getting tips or they're getting paid at whatever they are, everybody should get paid. I don't like. There's a whole orchestra of stuff that they put out in this manifesto that they put out.
Oh, that was crazy. They wrote it like Clue. It was stupid.
I was like, what the hell? But again, I can only go by my experience there, and also what Gene has told me, where he's met with him many times, and I get it, but yeah, it sucks because everything has to be played out over social media and in front of everybody. Right.
It's embarrassing too if you're the owner. Terrible. Yeah.
It is. So it's unfortunate, but Gene, next time take Panda to get him a cookie, man.
No, I'm not going to do that.
No, the coffee. I love the coffee. The iced coffee.
The peanut butter.
Okay. I didn't want to like peanut butter. I was like, who peanut butter coffee? I took one sip. I was like,
Exactly.
I need to have it. I love peanut butter.
Sammy, I miss being in Epcot with you, just walking around.
Well, now we'll have
Trust me, Panda. We miss being there. Are you kidding me?
I can't with this. Okay, he looks exactly like you, Joey, and like Aiden. Somebody said it looked like you, Sammy, but I see the boys.
He has like some facial expressions where he looks like me.
I don't see it.
Pictures. The Gene's like, I don't see it. The baby
he's way too cute.
When you put Aiden's baby pictures with his, they look identical, man. It's funny.
I even complimented you. You look like you.
I know. Stop that, Sammy. You're changing on me. Can't be complimenting Gene.
I'm gonna call you Gordito now.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I'm Flaquito now, so you can't do that.
Flaquito. I take it back, Gordito.
No, I'm Flaquito. I already know I am.
Somebody's asking what minimum wage is. I don't even know. Do we know? Is it 14?
I thought it was 12.
Could be 12.
I don't think it's the 15. I think they started that out in Cali. I don't think that's
right.
happening.
It's 15. It's no more than I know it's at least 12.
I'm gonna check right now.
I think you're right. Yeah, check. It's 13.
It's definitely not 13. It's definitely not 13.
It's 13. Gene said, and since he works in minimum wage. Oh, it's 12.
Yep.
Really? Gene says he just looked it up and it was 13. Gene, you're wrong. Or are you right?
I don't know. Current Florida minimum wage.
Maybe it could be different. Is it different?
Unless it changed September 30th, 2023.
Is it different counties? Maybe.
Could be that too, I guess.
It says the Florida minimum wage is scheduled to increase by $1 every year until it reaches 15 per year or per hour.
Oh, which makes sense. It was $12.23. Now it's 24. It's 13. So it's $13 now.
Okay.
Right. So what I was just saying before was they're not making $13 an hour at Gideon's. They're making a lower wage because tips are expected.
Tips are expected,
which
right.
is fine, except I don't.
You weren't allowed to get tips now or something like that. Which
They're not allowed to ask verbally for them. It's just on the monitor that says, "Would you like to tip?" But I'm going to take a guess. I'm sorry.
Most people don't ask for them, do they? That's not a thing.
No, it's always on the right. It's always
asked, and
me either.
But you know what? You know what?
Not
it's a
asked.
service. It's a service. Tip.
It's not a service at all. There's no service going on there. Nobody's doing your nails. Gideon's is not a service.
Wait, you don't tip when you go to Gideon's?
I do, but I don't think we should.
Oh, I definitely think you should.
Do you tip when you go to Dunkin' Donuts?
If there's a thing for it, yeah, I put some money in the jar.
If there's a thing for it, you always put money in the jar at Dunkin' Donuts.
Always. Same thing at Starbucks. I put money in the jar. When I go to
how do you do that at the drive-thru?
There's always a thing right there. There's always a bucket, like a little.
They let you wait when you do.
And they have it, and you can do it on the app, but I never do it on the app. I actually give cash.
When you do on app now, and you notice it. If anyone and everyone in the chat, I'm sure you see this. You gotta love when you go out to eat now or anywhere you go, and you do Apple Pay or you do anything. They always automatically will put at least 20% at minimum, and like where it's pre-done 20, 25, 30, and I'm like, okay, now you're getting a little stupid.
I just have to ask Gene one question. I need you to answer this honestly for me.
Yeah.
Do you think that Gideon's is a service?
Yes.
Can the chat room please?
I don't.
Please.
Listen, that's my personal opinion. I think
no, there's no personal. Gene, there's no personal option. Do you know what a service is?
Yeah, they're getting your cookies. Listen. If you don't listen. If I could tip anybody, I would tip. I come from a job where I'm tipped. It's not that they want to.
Yeah, but you provide a service.
Very well, you're right.
I think it's only fair to tip people that are getting your stuff. I think it's ludicrous not to me. It's ludicrous to not to tip.
When you go to Best Buy, do you tip when they get you your
I don't go to
item?
Best Buy. I usually get stuff delivered. But then I'll tell you what.
Do you tip? No, I don't tip.
Tip the delivery man.
Do you tip Publix when you go to checkout? The lady checked you out. Yes.
The bagger. I always tip the bagger $1.
You're not allowed to tip the baggers at Publix.
I always tip a bagger $1. And
so you're gonna get someone fired, Gene. Good job.
Gene, do you see the chat room? No, it's not a service. No, it's not a service.
They don't have to tip. I feel it's a tip.
But we're not talking about a tip. We're talking about a factual thing that. All right, we'll talk about it another time. It's not a bad thing. I'm not mad at you. I want you to understand it's not a service. It's not. By definition, you in court you have to say things to a jury. You would not say that's a service. It's just not. It's not an opinion-based thing.
It's no. I very very. Well
Do you tip at McDonald's?
No.
No, you don't. I know you don't.
There's not a thing I put in the Ronald McDonald's house.
Guys, I love you and I thank you for being here. Gene, I love you too. And I hope we can go to a park soon and you're not working. Joey, Sammy, Braden, Aiden, who's not in the picture.
And everybody,
take us home, Gene.
Tip people. I'm going to leave it with that. Just tip people. Tip people. It's nice. It's a nice thing to do.
I'm not saying not to tip people, but I tip people that provide a service.
Tip everybody.
Okay. Wonder why we're broke.
Hey, Linda Raymond tipped us. We didn't even do nothing.
Oh no, we provided a service.
Entertainment, baby.
I suck. But maybe she will. If you have something that you could get tipped for, by all means, bring your tip.
Gene, take us home, please.
Good night, everybody.
We love you. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.